Distinguished adventurers, welcome to the Sketching Hour. I am your humble host for this show, Lauren. I'm the community manager for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and I am here to talk while the two awesome artists who are below me on the overlay are going to make some amazing art, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. Alexis, why don't you go first this week?
Hi everyone, I'm Alexis, and I'm the art lead on Idle Champions. And I'm ready to draw some monsters.
Yay! And Michelle.
I am Michelle Papadopoulos. I've been doing a lot of the monsters in Idle Champions over the years, and I'm ready to draw even more.
Awesome. And we are here to pick, well, actually not pick. We're going to be rolling on these rolling tables that you can see to the side of me. That's how I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to say to the side of me. Each of us are going to be rolling a d20, and whatever comes up is what Michelle and Alexis are going to attempt to craft in front of you. And then I'm going to be chatting with chat and coming up with reasons why this creature might exist, names for the creature, stories about the creature, other things. So today, I believe that Alexis is going for monsters, Michelle is going for adjectives, and I'm going to be using my Phoenix dice. I'm going to be going for cute animals. So everybody, let's do the ASMR rolling noise. Oh, it's so good. Okay, Alexis, what'd you end up with?
I rolled an 8 for hag. And we were joking before when we did practice roll that I should just pick hag, but I legitimately rolled 8 for hag again. So
Nice.
I'm very excited.
The dice sometimes want to tell a story. And Michelle, what did you get?
I got 11 twisted.
Twisted.
Twisted hag.
And I got a 17, which means it's an elephant.
Oh, interesting.
So we're going to be doing a twisted elephant hag. Okay. I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Our lovely artists are going to be using a program called Magma Studios, which lets them draw on the same canvas, which is super fun, and we get to watch along. And they're going to be crafting that while I go ahead and change the name of this episode. I originally picked for our pre-show name Half a Dozen because we've made it to episode 6, everybody. Hey, episode 6. But that needs to go away, and it's now going to be, Twisted Elephant Hags. Okay. All right, I love it. Twisted Elephant Hag. You know what? I don't know why, but this one it sounds better to say hags, to be plural about it.
Yeah.
So
well, there will be 2 in the end.
That's true. That's true. All the other ones there have been more than one as well, but for some reason, this is the one that I went with plural. I gotta put the dice tray down. Hold on a second. I love that dice tray, but it takes up so much room on my desk. Okay. If you've never watched the show before, welcome. Welcome to our fun art show. Let me show you what we did last time on the Sketching Hour. Fancy otter beholders. So, as you can see, what we end up with is a mixture of cute and horrific. My personal feeling is it depends on the teeth. Teeth kind of make, I think the otter teeth, cute. The fanged beholder teeth, monstrous. And so we end up with a lot of these mixtures of creatures. And we have more fan art because Alexis and Michelle are not the only wonderful artists who are gracing us with their time and talents, but we have actual people at home who are playing Idle Champions and drawing along. So I wanted to show off some of that art because it makes me so happy. Banana Mobster on Twitter created kind of the most epic weasel-ish creature, which I love so much.
One.
Yeah. And Vanessa Monster on Instagram did a pencil drawing, and I love the rose that they're carrying and a little bow tie, and it's adorable. It's amazing. And then if you're on our Discord, we have a place for art on a Discord, and Storyteller Mars drew their interpretation of the Otter Beholder. I think the fancy was part of the fun, but I love it so much, and we love being able to show off all of this amazing art. So definitely, if you join us and draw along and create your own creature, whether you draw along to the Twisted Elephant Hags, or if you do something else, let us know on social media. You can find us on most of the social medias. If you're on Twitter, definitely use the hashtag SketchingHour, tag us, and let me know or let us know if you drew along with us. Yeah, apparently there was a momentary problem with Twitch. Hopefully things are clearing up. You might need to refresh. Hopefully people are seeing us now. Ooh.
Hopefully.
We made it 6 episodes without having a problem, and now here we are. Yeah, we're getting a couple of dropped frames and stuff.
Shoot.
Yeah, it looks like the text is freezing, or the screen is freezing, but they can hear us. Hopefully this is just a Twitch issue. Oh, might be getting better. Hang tight, everybody. Take a moment and let me see if I can... Oh, there we go. I think this might be a Twitch thing. Hopefully. Are we back? Let me know, chat, if we're back. And now I will wait the requisite several seconds. Twitch is being a little twitchy today. Uh-oh. Well, if you can all still hear me, thanks for sticking around as we are drawing stuff. Hopefully, the drawing won't be quite as smooth while we're having some stream issues, but you'll be able to definitely see the progress. Yeah, I'm seeing the pixelation too. Hang tight, everybody. The sound is good. That's good. Yes, welcome to the art stream, and where you can hear me talk, but you can't see the art.
We'll just have to draw really loudly.
Yeah.
Just like pound on the sentence.
I was just about to ask, how exactly do you draw super loudly? Is it just a lot of going, nope, 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 yep, blue, blue.
This isn't going well? Oh, yeah, okay.
Draw, erase, draw, erase, draw, erase, draw, erase. All right, well, hopefully Twitch will settle in, give it a refresh in a couple of minutes and see if that's a little bit better. I don't know if there's anything we can do on my end because it doesn't seem to be coming from my end. Sorry, everybody. But we will draw as loudly as possible. And yeah, we'll go from there. While you are all listening to me, and I get to talk at you for a little bit with the stream still being stuttering. So today we had a content release, which was awesome. It included the Dragon Down event with our new champion, Celisa Storio, who I'm super excited about because Rivals of Waterdeep is awesome. And Prism the Rainbow Flump. Yay! Alexis, I believe you drew Prism the Rainbow Flump. So while you are drawing something that is the exact opposite of Prism the Rainbow Flump, can you talk a little bit about a rainbow flump and what you drew and how that process was?
Well, I drew a rainbow flump. Well, when I was drawing it, I was trying to figure out what the best way to make it rainbow was. And I figured, like, flumps, they've got all these little tentacles, so why not just sort of give them rainbow tentacles so they can sort of travel along on their own little rainbow. Yeah. Aww. But it was fun. It was very fun.
It is adorable, and I can't wait to get mine. I'm going to go purchase mine. So Prism is available as a charity familiar. So we will be donating the net proceeds for the next 2 weeks of Prism the Rainbow Flump to Lambert House, which is an amazing organization here in my home area of Seattle. They do amazing work, and there's a bunch of different fundraisers that are going on. I am actually wearing, as you can see, the D&D Lambert shirt. So Wizards of the Coast every year does a big Lambert House fundraiser, and they do these shirts every year. I've got a whole bunch of them. We're doing the Rainbow Flump familiar. After this show, we are going to be rating Penny Arcade, who are doing a whole D&D game, including Walnut, who you might remember from the game. And they're going to be doing a whole big charity event as well. And it's all just a lot of fun to benefit an absolutely wonderful organization. If you check out our blog about Prism, you can find out more about Lambert House. They are an organization that specifically is around to empower young lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning youth with leadership, social, and life skills. And yeah, they're just kind of an amazing organization that I love helping out every single year, and we get to do it in a fun way with a Rainbow Flump. So definitely go check those out. I believe the Flump is available, Prism is available on all platforms except for PlayStation. PlayStation, they're going to be coming out a little bit later, and there'll still be a good 2 weeks in where when Prism comes out on PlayStation, that money will also get donated. So check in game, and yeah, if you like Prism, then definitely take screenshots of Prism in your game. And yes. Let's go back. I think the stream has cleared up a little bit, and we might be back to everybody being able to actually see the art and not just hear me talk. How y'all doing in chat? How's everything look? How's everything sound? And now the awkward moment as I wait for chat to catch up with the stream.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Looks like much better now. Awesome. So now that we've talked about all of the awesome things going on for Lambert House and for Pride, and now we're back to our Twisted Elephant Hags, which is what our two artists are going to be drawing, it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in chat, and our awesome moderator, Sasha, will be grabbing those questions for me to put in. Also, since we've now used the hag, the twisted, and the elephant on those lists, if anybody has any suggestions for replacements for a monster, for a creature, for a monster, for a cute animal, and for a adjective, definitely let us know. And let me pull up... Oh, we've got right away a question for our artists from Graphic Wolf. Question, do you have any suggestions for drawing quicker, as in not being indecisive or second guessing?
Start a Twitch stream where you have to finish a drawing within 1 hour. But in all seriousness, I think just go into a drawing without needing to have a finished piece or something super polished, and just sort of play around with it, and just have an initial idea and see how far you can get in 5 minutes without erasing or changing your mind. Just drawing for fun and not for coming out with something really awesome in the end, I think, because you might end up with something really awesome, but if you're really worried about that as you're drawing, it'll be harder to make decisions as you go, I find.
Sounds good. Michelle, do you have anything to add to all of that?
It's tricky because I find it hard sometimes to know exactly what I'm working on and getting there. I start really loose, and then I kind of get ideas as I'm sketching really loosely, or I might do a few sketches really loosely and then get ideas more and more as I go, and then I can kind of do a proper drawing after all the sketching and all the ideas that I get. Yeah, and that's probably so. Once you draw it a few times, just loosely, yeah, then just go for like the actual drawing you want to do, and you'll have a lot more ideas that way. Maybe.
Yeah. When I'm doing like kind of personal work, like if I want to do a painting or something, I often do like, 3 to 5, just really tiny thumbnail type drawings, super loose, like no details, just kind of just to get some ideas down. And then from there, like I'll make them the ones that I like bigger and kind of refine them from there. But it definitely helps to not worry about making big decisions when you're just getting stuff on paper.
Yeah.
And so follow-up question, which I think we've talked about before, but, it's been a couple of episodes. So now you're on a stream and where you have to create something within 50-ish minutes and get it done. Is there a specific thing either of you kind of immediately gravitate towards? Beyond get a sketch out, do you like to focus on faces or clothing, or is there a specific thing that you go for first that helps?
For me, it's like different every single time because it depends what we roll. So there's sometimes when we roll something and I get a really good idea for like a body shape right away. So I'll start with that. Or like today, I didn't really have a great idea for like the actual full body. I just kind of started with the little face and kind of worked my way up. So it kind of depends where you get your first idea from, I think.
Yeah, definitely agree with Michelle. It's different every week because we never know what we're going to roll. Like last week, we knew we were going to do some otters, so that was definitely helpful. But this week, I was like, I really had no idea once elephant was rolled. I'm like, well, I wasn't expecting that. So I drew an elephant head and went from there.
Yeah, I still don't really know what I'm going to do for Twisted. I think probably her hair is going to be all twisted, but I'm going to figure it out as we go.
There you go. That is half the fun.
Yeah.
Awesome question. Thank you. Keep the questions coming on in. I've also seen a lot of suggestions for things to replace some of the animals and monsters and adjectives. For a second, I'll go back to our rolling tables here so you can think. Because I did want to check. Someone has suggested a sheep or a lamb.
Yes.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, is not on the list. We also had aquatic, which was a suggestion for adjectives, and a chameleon, which could be a very interesting suggestion to go in the cute animals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm
That's
saying it's cute
one.
animal.
Yeah, I would say it's a cute animal too.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. We had a couple people suggesting gelatinous. Since we've already got a gelatinous cube in the monsters, I don't know if I want to put gelatinous in the adjectives just yet, but maybe if we roll gelatinous cube, then we can add gelatinous to the adjectives, because otherwise we'll end up with a gelatinous cube. The triple gelatinous cube. How jelly do you really want to go? So, bunch more questions. Ooh, and a llama. Yeah, Mitzi Moo. Okay, yep, adding llama to the list. Mostly because I like anything with a double L. Llama.
Llama. They're also super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Llamas are adorable. They're not necessarily the kindest animals.
No, they're a bit spitty, hey?
Yeah. They're llamas and not ostriches. I'm forgetting alpaca.
Mm-hmm.
Alpaca are also adorable, but will kill you. Will murder you. They're just nasty animals. You know what? Or at least all the ones that I've ever met, in quotes. There's a local fair that happens nearby where I live that they usually have a stall that is all alpaca wool and alpaca wool stuff, socks and things. And it's the softest socks ever. I want them so bad. And then they usually have they don't call it a petting zoo because they're smart, but they do have a little pen where they have a couple of alpacas and you can bring them a carrot or bring them some stuff, but they are very clear in their signage and in the people who are attending the pen. Don't pet the alpaca. Don't even try, because they will spit and bite and kick you. They're just, and they'll look very
like that.
Oh, maybe it's just the ones around here. I don't know, but they are nasty.
Yeah, maybe you just need to meet some different alpacas.
Yeah.
I am open to an alpaca excursion. Alpaca, if you at home know of any alpaca that you would like me to meet, which is a weird question I've just asked the internet. So let's go back to questions I can ask from the internet. Luke suggests mended as an adjective, kind of like how Frankenstein is mended, or other various bandages and glue and nails and screws.
I like that.
I'll add that to the list.
That definitely sparks some creativity, just hearing the word. It's a good one.
Okay. Hey, if it sparks creativity, I'll add it to the list. Kayvon Trax wants to know, what's the creation process for the various background art scenes for each story? They really accentuate the atmosphere. Can either of you talk about the backgrounds in Idle Champions?
Yeah. So I've done a whole bunch of the backgrounds. For a while, I was mostly just doing backgrounds in the game. And it depends on the kind of area. I definitely prefer to do like sort of the more natural forest, swamp, jungle type backgrounds. It's just sort of my personal preference. But when I start working on one, I'll look up a bunch of reference for like the various different types of areas. And then I kind of split it up into chunks. So like I'll have like ground cover, props in the background like trees and bushes or like barrels and things. And then like sort of background scenery, and just kind of build it together in a way that I can reuse the pieces over and over for different but similar backgrounds. And when I have the time and I'm working on a cityscape, I try to make each city different. We don't always have the time to make brand new buildings, but when I do, it's kind of nice to give each area a different feel. Yeah.
Very nice.
Mm.
I'm surprised how much of that I could echo as a DM creating adventures for my D&D group. Like, especially can I reuse this asset if nobody sees it or nobody encounters it? Can I move it somewhere else, you know?
Yep. Yeah, it's the live service artist job. Like, when we can draw new things, we love to draw new things, but when we can reuse stuff, we love to reuse stuff.
Yeah.
It's being efficient about your barrels.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes you end up having more time than other times. Like, we have 5 backgrounds to do over a week or 10 backgrounds to do over a week. You're going to spend a little more time when you have a little less to do. It just depends on what each content update requires.
That totally makes sense. We also had questions asking about what style of art that is, whether they're vector graphics or bitmap or anything like that. Can you speak to that?
So pretty much all of the in-game assets we do are vector graphics created in Illustrator.
There you go, kids. If you're at home wondering how you get into Idle Champions art, Illustrator.
Yeah.
Although to be hired as an artist at Codename, we are definitely looking for like general art skills as opposed to like expertise in a certain program, because you can always learn various different art programs, but learning to draw is something that people have to spend like years and plenty of hours on. So that's the most important thing.
That makes a lot of sense. That is also true in my experience as both a community manager and a social media person. I'm looking for the right kind of person. I'm looking for someone who has the right outlook about interacting with the community. I'm looking for someone who is really excited about the game and excited about being able to promote it on social media, and like learning the tools to do all of that, learning, whatever tools you're going to use for social media, whatever tools you're going to use for moderating a chat or moderating a Discord or being on all of the different places that we've got communities on Reddit, on Steam, on all the different places. Like, you can learn all of that. That's all just taking the time. But having the right skill set beforehand, having the right idea of how to interact and cultivate a community is way more important than how's your Hootsuite.
For sure. I think it probably translates to a lot of different vocations. That, like, if you've got that sort of base knowledge, it can often be translated from like company to company and software to software, or activity to activity. But yeah,
Yeah.
Having like the good building block skills. Very important.
It also, in a weird way, translates over as I'm a professional musician, as an oboist, as a professional musician. If I have a good foundation on how to play my instrument, I can go play with any classical group. I can learn any piece of music. If I know, if I have my basic skill set, I can learn the specific stuff I need for every performance.
Yeah.
Sorry, catching up now on chat. Luke is suggesting salmon as a cute animal. Yes, salmons are cute. Also, salmon is delicious on my bagels, but they're also cute. They're both.
I'm also a fan of salmon on bagels.
Oh,
So good.
Bagels, lox, and cream cheese.
Capers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, capers are good too. Oh yeah. The one of the few sadnesses I have living here in Seattle is how hard it is to find a really good bagel.
Oh.
Especially since
really?
there is such good salmon. Like, there is salmon everywhere in all kinds of varieties, and the smoked salmon is amazing. Not amazing bagels. I've found some pretty good places, but not... I'm from New York, so what do you expect, you know? I have an idea what a good bagel should be like, and the ones around here... Especially, I can't find a pumpernickel bagel to save my life. If anyone knows of a good pumpernickel bagel in the Seattle area, please DM me on Twitter at OboLauren. Toothy
Sounds
was...
like you might need to learn how to make some bagels.
I will
yeah.
also... You're right. However, I will say I also know they're not necessarily easy to make. I also, because I know someone's going to say it, it's not the water. The water. It's not the water. Anyone from New York who tells you can't have a good bagel outside of New York City because of the water, no, it's not true. I've had good bagels outside of New York. Definitely. Would Cassius says, would on a bagel be an adjective or a monster? I think it's an adjective.
On a bagel.
I think with a bagel. You know what? I'm going to add with a bagel to the list for possible adjectives. I saw toothy came up in chat as a suggestion for an adjective. We do have with teeth. With teeth
With
have
human
been...
teeth, I think.
Yes, I forgot to add the human. But yes, with human teeth. So it is going to be a very specific kind of toothy, but there will be with teeth at some point. Oh... Mitzi Moo is talking about bagels without gluten isn't fun. Yeah. Bagels are one of those in where it's really hard to find a substitute for just all of the gluten. Oh, and now everybody's talking about... So there is a difference between raw sushi grade salmon and the smoked salmon you get on lox. Both delicious, both excellent, both require their own special skills in order to have. Yeah. Oh, so good. Star Chaser wants to know, would cheese be a monster or maybe an adjective? I think cheesy. I think cheesy isn't... Yeah. I love how I now have in my list salmon with a bagel, cheesy. That's just been added to the list. Perfect.
So we're just we're starting our list of breakfast foods, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Need a few eggs, some bacon.
A waffle monster.
Ooh, maybe one week we'll just do a breakfast montage, and it'll be, instead of an adjective, it'll be a cute animal and a monster having breakfast.
Or like a mimic brunch. Like, never go to brunch with mimics because it'll be real awkward when you bite into that pancake.
What? Could you pass the bagels? Oh no, that's Clive. Don't. No, you don't want that. Nope. Yes, I think we're gonna have to do that now. That would be amazing. And Luke is adding, if cheesy can be an adjective, maybe could creamy is. I don't disagree, but is creamy too close to gelatinous? Are we now just getting closer to the gelatinous question again? I don't know. It is 3:30. I'm going to do a little spiel, and then we'll go back to asking our artists some awesome questions. If you are just joining us because there was an alert in-game telling you about the sketching hour, welcome. We are here. I'm here talking while two of our amazing Idol Champions artists are taking the things that we rolled on our random rolling table to create a unique creature. Today we have twisted elephant hags, as you can see. If you're looking for the code, you can find that over my head or in chat. Also, if you're just joining us from the game, you've probably been playing some of the new content in the game. Dragon Down just got released today with Celeste Astario, who is awesome. And I can't wait to have a Rivals of Waterdeep, Heroes of the Plains group formation going through Dragon Down. Also, if you're just joining us, you probably know about Prism! Prism, the Rainbow Flum Familiar, which is a charity familiar we are putting out to benefit Lambert House, which is an amazing organization here in Seattle. You can find out more information on our blog. Definitely go check out Prism. They are available on all platforms except for PlayStation. PlayStation's coming. There's just a slight delay. So definitely check out Prism and check out all of the different fundraisers going on for Lambert House, including all the new Lambert House shirts, which are awesome and I love. And now back to the Twisted Elephant Hags and asking or getting questions from chat. If you do have a question for our artists, for me, for the chat, go ahead and put it in chat. You can even use our new question emote, which is adorable and in 3D, which I love.
Just gonna restart my screen.
Did it decide to
sticky for me? Yeah.
Today's just the day of technical difficulties. It just happens.
Yeah.
Bayushi suggests a Tarask for the monster, scared for adjectives, and a hummingbird. Hummingbirds are adorable. I thought we had that on there, but I might be wrong. I will write down all three of those suggestions. Tarask, scared. See, now I just kind of want a scared Tarask hummingbird.
Would it be big like a Tarask or small like a hummingbird?
You know, the answer to that is what I've said before, which is it's totally up to you, and it's going to depend on when you draw the little person for scale.
Yeah. I would say big. Can you imagine just like a giant, like fluttering wings, like ripping up the land as it moves over?
Every time the wings flap, just like shock waves over the landscape. That would actually be kind of epic. Yeah.
And terrifying.
Both. Why not both? We had a question earlier in chat from Ted209er. What's your favorite medium to work with?
Go ahead, Michelle.
Probably ink and watercolor.
Ooh.
Yeah. On my own time. Obviously, can't do that in gaming, but it's fun to do at home.
The watercolor dream level of Idle Champions.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool.
That'd be kind of fun. I can't imagine the technical hurdles about changing an entire art style just for one variant, but that would be cool. And Alexis, how about you?
Also watercolor. And I like to mix in gouache with it.
Ooh. So both of you mentioned watercolors. What is it about watercolor that is so appealing?
I think there's so many happy accidents that can happen when you're doing it. And I don't know. Yeah, it's just really fun to play with.
It's like when you mess up, like when you use too much water or something, it usually creates something really beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that makes sense.
I also really like the transparent nature of it, like being able to layer it up and have the color that you put on top affect the colors below.
Yeah, and then when you have like ink lines on top, like it's just, you can add, hard edges where you want and stuff, and add detail where you want, and then have the rest kind of really dreamy and watery. It's just a nice combination.
Oh, I love all of that. I love how all of that sounds. And Alias Buck in chat says, the Bob Ross answer. So many happy accents.
Yeah.
Which Bob Ross is always a good answer.
He was onto something.
Yeah.
We also had Henti Suzuki mentioned the axolotl, which they're not on the rolling table just yet, but axolotl is a cute animal. I have axolotl and tardigrade on my list to be added. Because both are adorable, and so both will be cute animals. Don't at me about how they're not animals or they're something else, because they're cute, and I'm going to put them on that list.
Kat, who is on one of our other art streams, did this coloring page with an axolotl character, and it's amazing. Love it so much.
I love that you've brought up one of our other art streams because, hey, did you know we have other art streams? I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to talk about our other art streams. If you like this show and you want to see more of our awesome game artists doing fun art on stream live for your enjoyment, check out Crusaders Weekly with Erica and Kat, which is on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. You can check out Bushwhacker Weekly with Nick and Georgia on Fridays at 3:30 Pacific. Those are two of our other awesome games and amazing artists and fun people doing fun things on stream. If you're interested in more Idle Champions art, come by on Friday mornings at 10 a.m. for Griddle Champions, where you can watch Lee draw pancake art, edible art, pancake art cakes. Art cakes. He's joined by Sean, who is our awesome customer service person who answers way more questions than I ever thought was possible in one stream. And just in 2 hours, you get pancakes and art and answers to everything. So definitely check those shows out. And let's go back to the questions.
They all did otter art last week as well, and they made some really cool stuff.
Yes, that's right. Go check out their shows because they participated in Otter Week. If you want to know what Otter Week was, like, here's what we created. Yeah. Fancy old otter beholders. You know what? I had a whole stream last week to be able to practice saying fancy otter beholders, and I still can't say it without tripping over my own tongue.
You ought to be able to say that by now, Lauren.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Good night, everybody. Time to go. Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope, that was good. I deserved that one. Yeah, last week was a lot of otter puns. I'm just gonna ask a question from chat to move along. Question from Luke. Question for the artists. Do you keep in contact or keep up with any of your art teachers or mentors?
I have an art mentor who lives, who I see like maybe a few times a year for coffee, and we get to chat, but I haven't seen him for a while because of COVID, so, but yeah, and online sometimes keep in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last year and a half, keeping in touch with people has been a lot more challenging, especially people local in a strange way. So that is totally understandable. Alexis, How about you?
No, I don't, but I really wish I had. So I think, my advice would be if you have an art mentor, definitely keep in touch. Send them emails, update them and stuff. But I would, especially like my high school art teachers, like I'd really love to sort of be like, hey, look what I did. Thanks. Look where I am now.
Yeah.
I made it.
See, now the corollary for me is my music teachers, my oboe teachers, and I'm like, it's been a while since I've contacted any of them. Oh, I feel bad about that. All right, this has inspired me. After this show, I'm going to eat dinner and I'm going to send off some emails to some of my oboe professors who I haven't talked to in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's never too late, right?
Absolutely. And especially with my last couple professors, because I believe they're still up. I keep up on what they're doing. I just haven't contacted them. And I know they're still working at the universities that I went to. So at least I know I have an easier time. I have no excuse. I have an easy time finding their email address. I should send them an email. Normalize telling the people in your life that you love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pronounce his name. MRV, Mr. Whatever. There we go. That took a moment for me. I don't know what this animal is. Lorsies are the cutest animals, like half panda, half monkey, all goofy. Lorises.
Loris.
Oh.
I can't remember what they look like.
I'm going for a Google. Oh, they're cute. That's a lot of fingers. Wow, that's a lot of fingers on an animal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe that's not a lot of fingers. Maybe that's just a weird image. But this is These are adorable. Yep. This is classic adorable with the big eyes. That is a very accurate description of a creature. Half panda, half monkey. A little goofy. I think it depends on the picture that you're looking at. Also, none of the pictures that I've pulled up have these creatures with their mouth open, which helps a lot. What we've learned in the last couple of weeks is as soon as you see teeth. Oh yeah. These are adorable. Nope, it's like they have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. It's a weird hand, but they're
a little
cute.
pod.
I think so, yeah. They're obviously climbers, tree-dwelling creatures, but it's adorable. Okay, I'm gonna have to learn how to say this creature's name because they're going on the list. That's super adorable. It basically means it's another way to put a red panda on the list, and I'm not gonna complain about a red panda.
All the red pandas.
Yeah, all the red pandas. Mox Pearl, as awesome as this program is that we're using, Magma Studios, every once in a while it likes to show both of our amazing artists as the same person. So yes, at the moment we are seeing...
Oh, it's because I signed back in and I forgot to change my name.
Whoops.
That's okay.
Fix.
Yay! Thank you for letting us know. It is now fixed. It is now fixed in chat. We've still got about 15 minutes, and it is at this point that we need names for these creatures. So I would like to know from chat, what would you like to name both of these twisted elephant hags? Oh, and now we're getting thanks from chat about not knowing which one was Michelle's and which one's was Alexis. So you are welcome. You're welcome. See, this is the first time that we've had a humanoid type creature come up.
Yeah.
So this could
Take longer to draw.
Longer to draw, a more challenging name for both of them. Like that's the one thing I'm really bad at D&D. I'm constantly just using like fantasy name generator to come up with names for creatures, for NPCs, for PCs. Oh. Xavier Kiath says the right one, and I'm going to try to pronounce this, Indlovu, Indlovu, which is Zulu for elephant. I'm gonna save that specifically to be able to work on getting a better pronunciation for that. Star Chaser says Hagatha and Doris. I like those as well.
Yeah.
They do kind of look like Loxodon, yes. I mean, you end up with an elephant person. It's kind of a little bit of a Loxodon feel to it, but that happens.
I do like that Michelle's is mostly hag and mine is mostly elephant in the face.
Yeah, definitely. And both of you went for the big ears. I like that. That's kind of the tying in for both of them. Big Paper Emeritus says Ona and Ursula for a pair. Stomp and Stamp. Especially since Michelle went for the actual elephant feet. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Granny Grumpus and Withertusk from Cola Pops. Ooh.
I like those ones a lot.
Yeah.
Those definitely have a hag type feel to those names.
You know, we really should have pulled another artist into this show so we could have our full coven here.
Wait, does that mean I'm not part of your coven?
No, well, you know what? You should draw one after this too, and then we'll have the trio.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't the hag coven I signed up for because, oh dear, sure, I'll draw a twisted elephant hag.
You are totally part of our coven, but
thank you.
these elephants need a third as well.
Oh, that's okay. That makes way more sense. Well, if you at home would like to join the Twisted Elephant Hag Coven and draw your own creature, definitely post it on a social media of your choice and tag us. I'll go ahead and put our socials in the chat. We are on all of the relevant social medias. Let us know if it's on Twitter. Use the hashtag sketching hour so that we can feature it on the show and we can add at least a third to this coven, because I'm going to be honest with you. I have my own set of talents. Mm-hmm. Art is never one of them. That is why I am the talking head in this trio of this coven of Idle Champions people. That's what I do.
You are the best talking head too. Yeah. Most excellent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, that's right. Babylon Rager says audition for the coven. Yes, go ahead and I'm just going to say it. If you audition, and by audition I mean do some art and put it out online for us to enjoy, you're going to get into the coven. Basically, if you put in the work to make art, it's awesome, and we're happy, and we love it. So,
yes.
NMVH5 says maybe we need an oboe performance dedicated to a twisted elephant hag. I will consider it. I kind of now just want to play some Saint-Saëns, the Carnival of Animals. Oboe is not one of those instruments you usually think of when you're thinking of an elephant, unless I'm doing something wrong. But it's a challenge I can work on.
And we could turn the show into a bardic inspiration part sketching hour kind of monstrosity.
There we go. Jason Charles Miller will come on and take over my spot on the show 1 week, and then I'll go do bardic inspiration and be with Dylan and spend 2 hours coming up with a song, and people will be like, why are there no lyrics to the song? And my answer will be, because I'm an oboist and I play the oboe. There was a discussion happening. I was chatting with Todd about the idea of switching up hosts in some of these shows, like having Todd do Griddle Champions and having Sean do Sketching Hour and having me do Idle Insights just for funsies. Mm-hmm. So yeah, who knows? Maybe one day you'll show up and it'll be Sean. That could actually be a lot of fun.
Why aren't these pancakes?
They've been turning them into pancakes, so he'd just be able to see the beginning of the process, which would make a lot of sense. Yes, Father Wind, I could have a Peter and the Wolf-like show. One of these days, the cute animal they'll have to draw will be a duck, and we'll kill it at the end. It'll be great. Sorry for those of you who have only ever watched the Disney version of Peter and the Wolf. Spoilers. There you go. I'm a little too late for that. Yes. I remember as a child, even when I was young, I played the oboe. When I was in elementary school, and we watched the Disney version of Peter and the Wolf. And then the Disney version, the duck dives into an opening in a tree. And then at the end, when they've caught the wolf, instead of the duck being on the inside of the wolf being slowly digested, the duck pokes its head out of the opening in the tree. And yay! Everybody's alive. And I remember being the one kid in my class upset that the duck had survived, because I'm like, that's not how the story goes. I get a sad ending. I get a nice, sweet, melancholy thing. And why are you playing a melancholy thing when the duck is alive? Sorry, that was a rant I wasn't expecting to go on. Let's go back to questions. I'm sure there's some actual questions from chat that have nothing to do with the duck from Peter and the Wolf. Flux Point is asking a question that asking about cameras. So since I am your humble host for the show, I have my camera on. Michelle and Alexis are doing a lot of hard work in creating this art, and as you can probably imagine, they are literally heads down at the moment. And so we have these amazing artistic headshots that you can enjoy, because otherwise you'd literally be looking at the top of their heads. So this gives them the chance to focus on art and doing awesome art things. And then it is my job to be engaging and look into the camera, which I am okay at, except when I'm looking in this direction to look at questions from chat. So that is why you see my face and their art.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to see our weird artist concentration faces.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm drawing and I notice my tongue's hitting my mouth. There's something stupid like that.
I think your concentration faces are wonderful, but I also am married to an artist, and so I think they're amazing. But yes, the honest answer is for a variety of reasons, but that being the big one, they are, all you would see would be the top of their heads as they are working on things, because both of you are working on Cintiqs, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we both have our artist hunch going on as we're like,
Yeah. Hunching over, tongues out. Just
Yeah.
drooling.
The art hunch.
yep.
Ooh, Henry Lowenwin does make a decent point, which is, can we get their Zoom talking indicators instead of face cams? Easier to know which one is talking. That's not a bad idea. That is a technical challenge I will take on. I am unsure if I am up to that challenge, but I'll try.
Mm-hmm. The other thing you could do is tune in every week, and then you'll get to know which one is which.
I like that option too. We take a moment at the beginning of and end of every show and introduce ourselves, and so come by every single week, and you will join us and get to know our voices and our faces as well. Mm-hmm. Prolude from chat wants to know: did you draw your own portraits or each other's?
We drew our own portraits.
Yeah, we probably should have done each other's. That would have been fun.
Yeah. So my husband just got home, so my dog's howling. Sorry.
One of these days that's when we'll have you turn on your camera, is so that we can get cute puppy pictures.
Yeah, you can see Rocket.
Yeah. But only if that's not going to cause issues. All right. In these last couple of minutes, I'm going to go over a few other things before the end of the stream. Stick around till the end. Not only are we going to get to see the final forms of these twisted elephant hags, but then we are going to pick up our entire chat and we're going to walk on over to the Penny Arcade stream. And what I mean by that is we're going to raid Penny Arcade, because at 4 o'clock they're going to be starting their Lambert House Pride special. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific, so in like 8 minutes. And that's over at Penny Arcade. There's a bunch of reasons to go watch. For those of you who are here from Idle Champions specifically, it will include Tristan Falcone, who plays Walnut, who you might enjoy in your game. There might even be Idle Champions reasons beyond enjoying Walnut playing in a D&D game to go and watch the stream. They're also doing this Pride special to be able to donate to Lambert House. And so once they go live at the end of our stream, we're going to go rate them and we're going to go say hi. So definitely get ready to say hi to all of those awesome people. Also, if you haven't had the chance yet, check out Prism, the Rainbow Flump Familiar, who should be available on all platforms except for PlayStation. We'll get to you, PlayStation. We love you, but it's going to take a little bit longer for reasons. But the Prism will be coming to all platforms. You can purchase them, and the net proceeds from the first 2 weeks of sales will go towards the Lambert House, and you get this adorable Flump, who is adorable. And then you can literally start to have a whole... Is it a pride of Flumps? Is it a... Because there's like 4 Flumps in this game now, right? Because there's Flo, Briv's familiar. There's Prism. There's the other Flump. A tangle of Flumps.
Ooh,
a fart of Flumps.
A fart of Flumps.
Is adorable. Awesome. Yeah. Ooh, a flotilla of Flumps.
Oh, these are all so good.
These are... how do you choose one? A fleet? A fleet of a fluffle? A bumble? People have been thinking about this. I am impressed. There probably is like a real D&D name term for it, for what a group of Flumps are, because they do live in communities in the Underdark. But I like all the answers that the chat is coming up with more than any of the actual answers that I'm sure are out there. A force, a cacophony, a frigate, a phalanx.
Whoa.
That's fun to say. I don't know if I want to put that's kind of a militaristic term, but that's a fun thing to say, is a phalanx of Flumps. A falafel of Flumps. A huffle. A huffle Flump. Yes. Chat, I love you so much. Thank you. That's amazing. A failing of flumps. All right, well, to get back to our Twisted Elephant Hags before I go off completely on the flump thing, what would you call a collection? I mean, there is a coven of hags, but if you specifically have Twisted Elephant Hags, what do you call a group of them? Oh yeah, and a cuddle of flumps. I've failed our Twisted Elephant Hags because everybody is... Listen, for all of these cute answers for what do you call a group of flumps, you all need to go and buy Prism. I'm just saying. You all deserve to purchase Prism and have this wonderful flump so you can have a kerfuffle of flumps. I'm just putting it out there. Oh, Angela Sparks says a herven of hagaphants. That was hard to say, but worth it. Hagaphants.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I do like a herven of hagaphants.
I also like it.
Yeah. Let me write that down for later. A parade of hags. Yeah. Nope, these are really good. I like all of these things. A hexpede. Okay, well, while our chat continues to come up with a collection of Twisted Elephant Hags, and we look at these awesome... Oh, jeez, these are amazing. Both of these are so good. Let's take a second and thank our amazing artists who, while I've been enjoying talking about flumps and hags, they've drawn two absolutely fantastic creatures. Alexis, where can we find more of your amazing art?
So I can be found on Twitter at Alexis Theroux and on Instagram at alexis.theroux.
And Michelle?
On Instagram at Michelle Papadopoulos and Twitter at Art of Michelle.
Awesome. And you can find me as Obo Lauren on Twitter. And as mentioned before, if you like art from any of our shows and like watching amazing artists do art, check out our other art streams that we have going on, especially our pancake show on Friday, where often you're going to see the art that Michelle and Alexis have drawn on pancakes, because pancakes are awesome. And stick around. As I said, we're going to raid Penny Arcade and go watch their awesome stream and go cheer on Walnut. That stream also features so Tristan playing Walnut. It also features Anthony Rapp, Omega Jones, AJ Lamarck, and Jeremy Crawford, and is being dungeon mastered by Kate Walsh. So awesome game coming on up for a wonderful charity. And other than that, definitely let us know on social media if you've drawn any of these creatures, if you've drawn some Twisted Elephant Hags. And otherwise, with that, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.